Hi guys, it's Lana, and as you know, this is the Second Breakfast Club. So really quickly, I want to do an introduction to this series I'm about to do with my dad. I'm going to slap this at the beginning of every video in the series, so if you've already seen it, feel free to skip ahead. If not, please listen, just to help kind of clarify what we're going to be doing here. So as a lot of you know, Bangtan universe is basically solved at this point. There are webtoons coming out, there's novels coming out. The purpose of this series is not to solve the story. I'm not going to be telling my dad anything that won't help understand basic symbolisms. Like I'll tell him what the Demian book is when we get into the Wings short films because that's, important. But I'm not going into deep theories. He's probably not going to get deep into every individual character or anything. I just wanted to see what this story looks like to fresh eyes, like eyes that have really never followed BTS or studied BTS, eyes that know mostly like literary symbolism and artistic composition, and just get his fresh, honest take on this. So with that in mind, I just want to make sure that when you leave comments or talk about this video that you consider what the actual goal is. I know in the past when we've done similar things, we've gotten feedback like, oh, you didn't talk about this book or you didn't talk about this thing. That's not the point here. The point is just fresh eyes. So don't go into this expecting anything intense. If you want more in-depth stuff, you can watch my actual theory videos. Although again, it's pretty much solved at this point, which is why I'm still unsure if we're even going to do the highlight reels and beyond, because that's on the webtoon. But yeah, I hope you enjoy this series, and I hope that it gives you a fresh perspective on things. It certainly was nice for me to go back and experiencing things for the first time almost again. It's really lovely. So enjoy and have fun. Okay guys, so now we're moving on to reflection. So this is RM's video. So he's the kind of leader of the pack. Mm-hmm. And his pair bond is with V, the one who kills his dad. And he's the one with the lollipop and at the gas station, and who also graffitis with V. In a way that I actually always interpreted as big brother teaching little brother, even if those teachings aren't the best. So his symbols are that lollipop, often a storage crate that he's living in because he's kind of homeless, so he lives in this storage crate. Mm-hmm. And phones, which I'm not going to explain further because that is part of interpreting this film. Okay. But keep an eye out in this one for returning symbolism, just like the burning piano in the last one.
Okay.
So, 3, 2, 1.
Go.
Go! Sorry. Poor dog's just trying to sleep.
The other realm, however, overlapping half our house, was completely different. A loud mixture of horrendous, intriguing, frightful, mysterious things, including slaughterhouses and prisons, junkyards and screeching fishwives, calving cows, horses sinking to their death, tales of robberies, murders, and suicides.
A big theme in the books is parallel universes, basically. That bird is back.
extra short one.
Yeah.
With the merging of flying along with his shattered dreams. So what I see in this one is he feels totally trapped inside himself. He can't get out of himself. He wants to communicate, but he can't. He's kept from communicating with others. So he feels totally like he is trapped within his own vision of himself, and his dreams are shattered. He wants to fly. That's why he was putting the bird on him. But birds can't fly inside of a cage. And so he can dream about being with others. That's, to me, is the colors, is his dreaming of being able to do those things. And no matter what he does to try to, no matter what walls seem to break down, he still cannot communicate with anybody else properly. So he feels like he's all alone, caged, but wants to fly. And so his dream of flying is shattered. So he's not free. And he's stuck inside himself. Does that sound reasonable?
That's really beautiful. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, the idea is not beautiful, but
yes,
a beautiful way to put it. I'll say from a filmmaking perspective, one of my favorite bits of this is they constantly have sounds that shouldn't fit. You know, like the glass shatters and you hear a instead of shattering. Or he puts paper in a cup and you hear a thunk. You know? That's nothing to do with theory. I just think that's really cool how they kind of disconcert you with the sounds don't match what you're looking at sometimes.
That's probably part of his, what he's perceiving is not real anyway. It doesn't match reality.
Yeah.
He's feeling trapped, but I think he's sensing that he's trapped. The imprisonment is of his own making.
Mm-hmm. He could step out of it. It's not fully real.
He wants to communicate, but he doesn't know how.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely. So that's beautiful, and I'll have it stand. But now I want to talk about an element that you might have missed as a separate idea. Not like...
Okay.
Because I think you're right on. I love your interpretation. So the phone ringing. Mm-hmm. In Stigma, V says, "Can I make just one phone call?" Mm-hmm. And that's his pair bond. And as it's zooming away, and he's crying against the phone, the spray-painted words "liar" appear on the side of the phone booth. In red. So my interpretation bit there too is I think he feels a lot of guilt that he didn't save his younger brother. He missed that phone call. And yeah, we can't help him. And his friend saying, "You said you'd always be there for me. You're a liar. You weren't there for me." So that's something I saw that I wanted as a separate interpretation from another really good one. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The only thing I see kind of problematic with that symbolism-wise is he's hearing it ring at the time, and he can't get to it.
Yeah.
It's not that he didn't know about it or he was too late. He could have done it at that time and was trying to, but couldn't.
Yeah. I think that's what it is. But no matter how hard you try.
So do you think the chains around that phone booth were of his own making?
I think it's I do. Because I think this stands with what you're already saying about it. Mm-hmm. There's a lot, I'm not saying this is what it means, but survivor's guilt is a real thing, right? If you have a friend who is put in jail for murder or kills themselves or whatever, however you want to interpret what happens to V, even if you tried everything you could, if you were their support, it's easy to blame yourself. Yeah. You know, like, what else could I have done? What did I miss? What clue did I miss? I'm there for them every single moment, but that one moment I wasn't there was the problem.
But the way I'd interpret that, though, I would have symbolize that as it's ringing and you can't find the phone.
Yeah.
Not that you're trying to get to the phone and you're prevented from it.
Yeah. The only reason I say that, and again, going to like future story that you don't have, basically in the story, when V is about to kill his dad, he calls his friend for help, and Namjoon is so stuck in himself he ignores the call.
Okay.
So he made an active choice, and it led to his friend doing this thing.
Okay.
Well, actually, it's not before he. Yeah.
So it's more like
I might be misremembering that. It might have been right before he killed himself too. There's a moment where he could have stopped something, and he chose, "Oh, I don't have time for this right now."
Okay.
Which is the reason Liar goes up in spray paint, like, you lied, you weren't there for me.
Or maybe the chains are time.
Yeah,
the chains are he can't go back in time and get to that phone call.
He's obsessing about this idea. Yeah.
So the chains are the fact that he missed the time. The chains are the time that he can't break. He can't go back in time and do it.
Yeah, and I think all of that dovetails into your original interpretation, too. He's stuck in his own head, his own problems, his own everything, and doesn't know how to break out, can't break out, possibly doesn't even want to break out very deeply in the back of his mind. But that leads to destruction, too.
But he's also self-respect. When he goes in there and he sees himself in all these mirrors, he's constantly looking at himself.
Yeah.
So it's not like he's ignoring things.
Oh, absolutely.
He's constantly introspective.
Yes. It's that, sometimes, even if you're trying to be a better person, I'm not saying he is, but if you look too deep, too long, too, that can be just as bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think he hit it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
See, this is why I can say they're art, because you can have really long conversations about a 2-minute video, you know? They spark conversation. Oh, what a baby. What a baby. She's so mad at us for filming. She just wants to be asleep.
That's okay.
All right, so now we're going to move on to next week. We're going to have guys, I have forgotten how to talk. It's getting late. So we're going to do the 6 short films. So that's Mama. We're going to, as always, it's already on the Patreon if you're watching this on the channel. And if you can't afford the $2 to the Patreon, you will see it next week. But we would love to have you over there, and we'd love your support. The whole purpose of the Patreon is to let Ashlen and I meet up a lot more often so that we can film together more often. So support us if you can. If not, we're going to keep sharing with you. This baby. So until next time.
Live long and prosper.
Also, like, comment, and subscribe to our channels. She doesn't have a channel yet. Bye.
Bye.